When the world's biggest matches are on, it's the perfect excuse to get together with friends, enjoy every goal, every save, every celebration, and have a little fun. But this year, have fun and still remember the score. If you love vodka without the hangover or loss of control, check out RK Zero Proof Vodka. RK is redefining what alcohol-free can taste like. Since 2011, RK has delivered the familiar burn without the alcohol. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 regrets. Drink differently. Get yours at rkbeverages.com.
Welcome into the Morning Roast on this Wednesday, July 8th. Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar behind the board. Tyler Krusz stuck behind a flagger at the moment, but he is en route, and we will be catching up with him shortly. Marqus, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
So yesterday, honestly, I didn't end up doing a whole lot. Went home, kind of chilled out, had breakfast, and then I stayed up to watch the Argentina-Egypt game.
Oh, what a move.
Whoa.
What a move.
Yeah, that was a stunner.
Yeah, incredible, right?
That game took me on a ride.
Yeah.
Like, Egypt gets that first goal, and like, oh, okay, Argentina's going to strike back.
Sure.
And then Egypt gets that second one. Oh, no, gets called back. Then they actually get the second one. And, 12
You're
minutes
like, what's
left.
happening?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Argentina just goes on a run, gets 3 goals. I'm like, okay, well, I guess hindsight's 2020. I should have known that they were going to do that.
Yeah,
I really
yeah, right?
should've. I think that's on me.
What a great little, like, that worked out perfect for you, though, right? Did it?
For
Little
sure.
breakfast, and then you get dealt that?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And then I fell asleep on the couch. And
Perfect. Why not? Why not, man?
I couldn't imagine a better Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a hell of a Tuesday, dude. Not bad. After a holiday weekend, too, and everything. Oh, my God. I mean, you know what's incredible? When Tom Brady is going to Twitter and saying, okay, that might be better than 28-3, or it might tie it, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's pretty damn good. It's right there.
It's close.
Yeah,
it's real close.
It's right there. If you're a soccer person, it's better. You know?
Exactly.
Right? But, yeah, I mean, awesome. And like we've said, like, look, and I was very upfront yesterday. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. However, a game like that, completely different.
What's not to
That's good. Like, yeah, how can you not like that, right? So, very cool. Tyler's just rolling in after being stuck behind flaggers coming down 1A.
There we go.
How we doing, brother?
Doing well. How are you?
We're doing all right. We were just talking. Marqus had breakfast and caught the Argentina game.
Oh, nice.
Yesterday. So, that massive comeback.
We got around the big lights.
Oh, we don't have
That's
big
a
lights
big notice
on.
that I noticed when I walked in. I was like, it's not insanely bright in here.
So for our listeners, we have the Owl video camera in studio now. So we are doing video clips online. So, but to do them correctly, we need like the police inquisition lights on up above us.
The operation table. Yeah.
Which are horrible. But we don't have them on right now. And it looks like, how's the camera looking?
It looks okay.
Do we need the lights on?
We can give
for
it a
briefly.
minute. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
mean,
I'll put it on briefly.
Okay.
All right.
We can turn them off in the break.
Oh my God. Oh my God. These lights. Wow. Like I said yesterday, it's like I'd admit to the JFK assassination under these lights.
Yeah, these are bad.
It's brutal, dude. It's brutal. Tyler, how was the 4th?
It was good. It was actually nice and relaxing. We kind of avoided all crowds. We went to a nice little swimming hole off a path somewhere.
Nice.
And it was very good. And then I grilled some burgers and some, corn on the cob. It was very good.
Swimming hole off the path. Little Sands bathing suit, maybe?
No, we were with people. Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, you were with people. All right. You never know.
Also, middle of it. You still got to walk down the path.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Okay. So, yeah, you did a little grilling and everything.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a great, relaxing weekend. And then, the Monday, July 6th is probably the worst work day ever invented.
Ooh, I took it off this year.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I took it off. I was like, I'm not doing it, man. And it was glorious. I may do it every you can't do it every year, but it was perfect for this year.
Yeah, I could have because everything resets on July 1st for me, but I just got back from a 12-day vacation, so it's not the best look.
No, exactly. I think I caught Dana White's fireworks from out in Levant.
Oh, nice.
Off my front porch.
That's fun.
Yeah, I saw these huge fireworks going off that weren't downtown, and I was like, it's probably only one person out there shooting those off. So,
well, we had people doing it just in our neighborhood.
Yeah,
where I live.
Good ones?
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
they only
pretty
had
cool.
2 or 3.
Yep.
But they went and set them
They
off,
were
and I was
legit.
like, oh, there's fire. Yeah, it was cool.
I dig fireworks.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, they're all right. As long as you get your fingers. There's no
long as you-
burn. There's no burn center like anywhere in the state of Maine. So like if you run into problems, you get a serious problem.
As long as your dog's drugged up, too.
Yeah. Oh, the dogs don't like it, dude. No, it's bad. Yeah. All right. So Sox win last night, 8-1. Tolley bounces back from his worst outing of the year. Pitches 6 solid. Just a decent outing for Tolley, which was good to see. And then the bats came alive. So I give the Sox credit once again. It's fun baseball when they're hitting, and they were hitting yesterday. And got to see Kyle Teal behind the plate for the White Sox. Kid's got an arm.
Yeah.
Kid has an arm.
It's nice to see the Red Sox win, but like, I'm always going to root for them to win. What I don't want them to do is make a push, buy at the deadline.
100%.
Like
100%.
What's the outcome here? So we can lose 86 games and make the playoffs? And then throw a party because we made the playoffs. It's like, and then Breslow gets another year.
We did that last year. We're not doing it this year. We're not doing that this year. No, just be scrappy, be fun to watch, entertaining to put on here and there. I'll be a lot more comfortable when they sell, and then I'll really root for them.
Yeah, it's tough because like I want them to win. It's tough to watch it and be like, but like,
right.
Where is the ceiling for this? Like they might go on a run. They're only 4 or 5 games out of the wild card, but like realistically, how good are they?
Sure. No, and they're not. They're not going to make it. They're not threatening. They are not in the bottom of the AL East right now.
No, they were 4th to the bottom yesterday, but I think the win put them at 4th to the bottom of the whole AL yesterday.
Yeah, the AL.
Win jumped them a few spots in the division.
It did. So, I got to give them credit for being scrappy. But yeah, we got a great show for you. We got stock reports, Truth of Throck with Tim Throckmorton. It's 7:40. We're going to check in with UMaine hockey coach Ben Barr, see how his summer has gone, where the UMaine hockey team is at. I believe the players are back and starting their summer training programs and everything they do now with that. So we will see what Maine hockey's got cooking right now. We got a ton to get to. So the roast is presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get Luke, get sold with the Next Home Experience. And Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. All right, as we said, those Red Sox, they won 8-1. St. and Rafaela, Monasterio each have a homer in the win. Tolley went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Let's hear from Tolley. Yeah, Anthony Siegler also has 11 hits in 11 of the last 12 games as well.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah.
The Durbin's been struggling a little bit, but the offense looked good.
Yep.
And what's going on with Contreras? I was very surprised to see him out there. I thought the suspensions took place.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Is it the middle of his appeal? But
I don't know. I don't know.
He's still going to get suspended, right? I mean, you're using your helmet as a projectile.
Yeah, you got to.
You can't really use the equipment as a weapon, whether you're throwing it or wielding it, or it's just not.
If it doesn't hit the mark or whatever, it doesn't.
You still use your. I think in any sport besides like hockey, when you need to use the puck as a projectile, it's really tough to use equipment.
And even on that one, Charlie McAvoy's missing like the first 8 games of the season because he used his stick as a weapon.
Exactly,
right?
Sports equipment, not a weapon.
Yeah, you definitely can't do that. Contreras is an all-star though, alongside his brother. This will be Wilson's 4th and Williams' 3rd All-Star appearances. Let's hear from Contreras. I mean, incredibly well-deserved. I mean, regardless, he's had a great season. I mean, sitting at 284, 20 home runs, 59 RBIs for this team.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Sonny Gray hasn't made it. He's, I think, 2nd in the AL in ERA. He's not an all-star.
He's 10-1.
Yeah.
Second. Yeah, exactly. What a travesty that is.
I get it. It's because he's not sexy. Like he tops off at 93 miles an hour. Like it's not what people really want to see when they think of the All-Star game. But you've got to. At what point do we not reward results?
Right.
We're not giving out wins for throwing 100 miles an hour. That's not the goal of the game.
Exactly. And most of these guys have something about that built into their contract, too. So, I mean, that's dollars and cents. So, Sonny Gray deserves to be an all-star without a doubt. As Marcus was talking about, Argentina stuns Egypt with 3 goals in 12 minutes to claw back from 2-0. They advanced to the round of 8, and you had Tom Brady comparing it to the 28-3 comeback. What an incredible game. Marcus got to see it live. Pretty sweet.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, honestly, I think that's out there. For sure. Like I might end up on my Mount Rushmore.
Right. And when you're watching it live,
Exactly.
it's like, wow, this is what makes sports great.
And that game right off the back of Monday night, I don't know. It just really reminded me of what good soccer looks like.
Yeah, right. It was a palate cleanse for you.
Definitely.
Little bit. That's cool.
Needed that.
Switzerland defeated Colombia in penalties to advance, and Jalen Brunson is undergoing wrist surgery. He'll return to basketball activities later this summer. All right. Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater for over 40 years. Bangor Mall Cinemas features luxury recliners, upgraded food menu, find showtimes. Reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com. We'll be back with stocks. Bangor Window Shade and Drapery. They offer custom blinds, shades, drapery, outdoor awnings. Bangor Window Shade at 105 Main Street in Bangor. And the Morning Roast is brought to you by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the official sports grill of the Morning Roast. And the place to be, downtown Bangor, herosportsgrill.com. All right, we got stocks. First and foremost, why don't you hit me with Tom Curran here? Just the U.S. dismal performance on Monday.
So I might have listed things a little incorrectly. Colin Cowherd.
Colin Cowherd, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you should be discouraged because the hope was you would take the next step this year.
Yeah, I do think that's a little bid of a arrogant way of thinking. I think that what a lot of Americans say about soccer is that, if our best athletes played soccer, we'd win the World Cup every year.
Sure, I'm guilty of saying that too.
The player pool for hockey is smaller than it is for soccer. Our best athletes don't play hockey.
Yep.
And we dominate in hockey.
True.
I think it's the fact that when other countries start developing youth sports, they're kind of just better at us at developing. And I think it's because sports development in the United States is, people ask the question, well, how are we going to make money off of it? That's not really what it should be about. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg to develop a U9 soccer player out in Europe. And you look at basketball too. Where are the most recent, MVPs from? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Canada. Nikola Jokic, Serbia. Joel Embiid, Cameroon. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Greece. Other countries are now developing athletes, and they're doing it better than us because we have to pay an arm and a leg to get recruited, to be at these pay-for-play best tournaments. These are the places that most people have to go if they want to see their name on a recruitment list, if they want their recruitment profile, if they want to talk to college coaches, get to the next level, whatever. It costs a lot of money.
Oh, it does.
It's not open to everyone, whereas in other countries, like the best players in Argentina, the best players on those, they're not coming from these white collar, ultra wealthy families, I guess. Basketball used to be a playground sport, and now it's a pay-for-play tournament sport. That's where you're going to find most of those college coaches. They're not finding it where they found Allen Iverson. They're finding it where they're finding, the Allen Iverson AAU team that he sponsors.
Right. No, and it's true. I mean, just with my stepdaughter Bella, who's a very good high school player. If she was taller, she could have been, big-time college potentially, as a goalie. But, talking with Miranda about it, asking her, what do you think you spent, on, from middle school through high school into a little bit of college? And she estimated, ballpark off the top of her head, probably about $30,000.
Yeah,
as a single mom for most of that time.
Yeah.
Right? That's a lot of money. And, they do, in all fairness to, the travel and all that sort of stuff, they do work with families and things. And
once you get to middle school and high school, you're playing with the school teams up here, really, rather than these club teams that travel play year round.
Although in the off season is where all that money gets spent, right? It's because, and it used to be, and I could speak from a hockey perspective, it used to be, the players that, once you got into high school or whatever, the players that were, better or whatever played in those, elite leagues and things like that. And you did the extra, you played year round. But now, if you want to make your varsity team, what did you do in the summer? What did you do in the spring? You know what I mean? You've got to make a commitment to that sport a little bit, and it takes away from that, hey, I just want to play soccer in the fall.
Exactly.
And be a good varsity player. Like, I'm not looking to go wherever. Like, I'm just looking to be a decent high school player.
And now, and on that AAU level and on that pay-for-play circuit, you can't really cut people who are paying. So you see these AAU teams that have like 3 tiered levels, and everyone's an AAU player, and everyone's, getting a recruitment profile, and it's just crazy. But I do think that if developing youth soccer was a little more, we focused on the goal of let's win a World Cup for our country rather than focus on the goal of how do we make money off of this?
Right.
I think we'd be in a much better place.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. And that's the thing is like it's become such a money-making. Youth sports have become such a money-making operation all around the board. And that's, it happened in the past 15, 20 years, especially the past 15. It's exploded. And it's just, which kids are missing out on this opportunity too. And like you said, it's one thing if you have this one elite program that all the top tier players go play on. But now it's like you said, you got other levels of this, and it's just like, what are we paying for?
Yeah.
What are we paying for? You're stealing money from the parents now.
Yeah, and gone are the days of like back to basketball, like the Miracle of St. Anthony's down there with Dan Hurley's dad, and New Jersey with those inner city kids from New Jersey sent out a ton of pros. Like gone are those days because and you look around and you just, I don't know. It's very interesting to see that everything is just for profit right now. And in basketball and in hockey, it's even crazy with private equity entering it. And you look at basketball and you look at LaMelo Ball, I'll just throw him out there for example. What did he do in his teenage years? Right. He went to Lithuania to play pro and get paid. A lot of other kids in their teenage years, what did they do? Well, they shelled out $20,000 to play in an AAU circuit.
Right. Second mortgage on the home by the parents.
That's the difference right there.
Right. No, it is. It is wild. Now, and also one of these articles that you sent that I like too is not only is it the money, they feel that the Americans keep measuring the wrong things in terms of youth coaches over-relying on physical profiles of players. So they're looking, this kid's bigger, stronger, faster.
What's Messi, 5'7"?
Right. Exactly. That's an interesting point that this author brings up is that are we looking at it wrong? Are we looking at it more like we look at football, basketball, and things, and as opposed to just specifically soccer-related skills? It's
a completely different sport.
Right.
I don't think it's fair to say that you could just throw Rob Gronkowski at midfielder and he'd be fine. No. Right. It's a completely different sport.
Completely.
You're not doing these. You're not sprinting for bursts each snap. It's like a 90-minute sprint. Like you've got to have that kind
Endurance.
of stamina. It's obviously your vertical's there and your 40-yard dash is there, but you also have to know how to curl off and stop the ball in the air with your foot. That's insanely hard to do.
Right.
And they make it look so easy, but it's really not at all.
It is. And then on the opposite end, it's women's soccer is flourishing in the United States. Now, we talked about that off air a little bit. That a lot has to do probably with the opportunities afforded U.S. women versus some other countries, and they've had a little bit of a jump start in that maybe. But they're doing things right with the U.S. women in terms of developing.
And even then, you look at the other countries' women's teams are starting to catch up.
They at a quick pace.
At a very quick pace.
There was a gap there, right? Yeah. And now it's like, okay. So it's something, just for U.S. soccer, it's like, okay, what are we doing? How do we get where we want to go? Because this year, unfortunately, got to give it a stock down because, they won their division, but it was a little bit of a watered-down division this year. They had more teams. They still ended up where they ended up.
And then you had the White House call FIFA. You still lost.
You still lost. You still lost. You got your player, and you still couldn't do it. You had to win that game for that, right? So, it will be interesting to see where this goes from here. Available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. 2 sausage McMuffins with eggs, 2 hot cakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all just for $19.99. The bundle deal is over 40% off, and for a limited time, order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, Wilson Street in Brewer. Also, Madden Generator Services with expert installation, dependable maintenance, and a free 7-year warranty on new Generac installs. They'll keep your home in the game. Give them a call, 951-4668. Madden Generator Services, power you can count on. Start your morning at Goslin's Bakery over at 334 Harlow Street in Bangor. Grab a breakfast sandwich on an English muffin or a croissant, plus legendary donuts, pastries. They've been made since 1945. Or visit the new one over on Goslin's Bakery and Deli right next to Hannaford here in Brewer. Joining us on the Heroes Hotline, we got Kent joining us. Kent, what's up, buddy?
Good morning. I just wanted to give you guys a quick tidbit on UMaine baseball.
Sure.
40 years ago today,
Okay.
Joe Johnson was traded from Atlanta Braves to the Toronto Blue Jays. And as you and Sully were going through your years, you know he was part of those incredible UMaine baseball teams.
That's
that went
right.
to the World Series in the 80s.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good pickup there. All right. That's a good one this day in history. Joe Johnson to the Blue Jays, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Good stuff, Ken. Did you catch any or highlights at least of that Argentina comeback win in the World Cup?
No, I have not watched one second of soccer. Soccer sucks.
I'm with you. That one was a pretty good one.
I watched the old folks play pickleball in Ellsworth the other day. Just to get off it.
That a boy,
Those
Ken.
courts at the Y are always mobbed. If it's not the old folks, it's all the kids there. But I haven't got a chance to play this year, and I just like running around out there with my girlfriend. But they're always packed.
It was 90 degrees the other day, Tyler, and the courts were full.
It's crazy.
I said, you old people got to go. You gotta go.
Ken, good stuff, buddy. Have a good day.
Take care, Buck.
Awesome. All right, Joe Johnson, Blue Jays. That's cool. I hope he didn't. I hope that didn't have anything to do with Truth or Throck today.
No, right?
Yeah. It sounds like a Truth or Throck question, right? So, all right, we are knee deep in this Jaylen Brown thing.
I'm coming around on it. Have you come around on it at all?
I'm coming around on the fact that this is about money, and it's about luxury tax. It's about being under the second apron for 2 years, and then the optionality or flexibility for them to be able to do what they want to do at that point. It is a money thing, though. Like for it is a money thing. Sure. They say it's not, but it is because
they're paying the same amount last season as they are this season. The money's the same.
They can get out of it quicker, though.
I don't want my money tied up in two players.
Right.
I want the ability to spend my money elsewhere. It's not we need to spend less money on this team. They're spending the same amount of money on this team. You just extended Cada and you signed Mitchell Robinson and you signed Mike Conley. Like, we're not... Right. We're not saving our cash under our mattress here.
But they didn't want to get into that extra extended contract with Brown.
He's a top five. He's a non-top five player on like a top 3 contract.
Right.
That's terrible value.
Right.
You give him that extension, he becomes untradeable.
Completely.
Look at what the Cavaliers did with Donovan Mitchell. In 2 years, he's untradeable. He's not a top 5 player, maybe not even top 10.
That's fair.
And now Brown goes somewhere where he's not going to have a lot of usage. Tyrese Maxey needs the ball in order to be effective. Joel Embiid needs the ball in order to be effective. He's probably the number 3 on that team.
I don't like the fact that he went. I don't like the fact that he went to the 76ers.
Philly, but I do kind of. It's almost like, all right, we're going to go send you somewhere where you're still not even the number 1.
Right.
You know who led the league in missed shots last year? Tyrese Maxey and Jaylen Brown tied for 807.
Wow.
807.
Wow.
Jaylen Brown was 100th percentile in 2-pointers attempted, 37th percentile in 2-point efficiency.
Right.
He's a great player because he's volume.
Yeah.
He had so much volume this year, and that's where everything went. But Pritchard had a worse year. White had a worse year. These players are all better under Tatum. And I was asking myself this the other day. How does Jaylen Brown make Jason Tatum better? Even when Brown's on the floor, Tatum still gets double teamed. Like, Brown doesn't really make Tatum better at all when he's out there with him.
Celtics are 47-10 in the last 4 seasons when Brown isn't playing.
Yeah. And they are, I think when Tatum has an over 33% usage, there's something crazy like 76-9.
Right.
Which is an 89% winning percentage. You look at also the addition of Paul George, 41% career catch and shoot 3-point shooter. He's unbelievable from catch and shoot. Right. He had one of his best years doing it last year. We don't need him to be the Paul George of the Pacers back in the day with Danny Granger and who's the other guy, Roy Hibbert. We don't need that team anymore. We don't need that Paul George.
No.
We just need you to be a complement to Jason Tatum rather than someone that takes usage away from him, takes shots away from him.
They didn't want it. Go ahead.
So to borrow your catchphrase of the last week, you're kidding yourself. Okay? I personally think, especially last year, you move off from Drew Holiday, you move off from Kristaps Porzingis.
That was a money move. That was an apron move.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he had to adjust to that team. He was the one who had to lead the team without any of those guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tatum, gone. White having such a down year, in my opinion. Apparently the Celtics don't seem to think so. But to me, it's just taking a look at raw ability and what he was able to do, produce winning. I just don't think it was the best move.
It doesn't have anything to do with fit, though.
Okay.
I don't think he...
But this is the time, and I'll eat crow, but this is the time that Jason Tatum has to step up and truly prove who he is, because he's always had Brown.
Agreed.
Yeah, but he's always been
Brown.
much better than Jaylen Brown. Did you watch that Sixers series, though? I mean, Brown was Brown was not good. He was not good. He's turnover prone. He is a heavy shot diet. He takes some of the most shots in the league. You put Jason Tatum out there with guys that he can move the ball to. Tatum bends the defense. He can get to the lane and bend the defense. They hardly even doubled Jaylen Brown because they didn't need to, because he was just a one-on-one player that can make tough contested shots, but you can't just go one-on-one and take a tough contested shot every time down the floor. The ball movement wasn't there as much as it had been with Jason Tatum there. Jason Tatum is a much better facilitator, a better rebounder, and Brown just takes the ball away from him, takes looks away from him, and when he gets the ball, it's ball-stopping offense. The eye test doesn't... The numbers in the eye test kind of back each other up. You look at the numbers and you're like, wow, Jaylen Brown's that inefficient, and then you watch the game and you're like, okay, I get it. He's going to have his good games, but he needs a high shot volume in order to be effective. And if you have a high shot volume, then Jason Tatum's not going to be as good. Derek White's not going to be as good. I think both of those, the White and Pritchard, they're both going to take a huge step this year, and Tatum's going to put up 30 points a game. I bet you the Celtics win more games than the Sixers.
Okay. Yeah, I think
they'll have a good regular. I think they'll have a good regular season. I think they'll be a good team,
and I think they'll have a better fit once they get to the playoffs.
But we'll see where the playoffs go. I think they'll be one and done. But this was, they could say whatever they want about finances. This was a financial move for the future. They weren't gonna, like we said, they weren't gonna extend Brown, and you can get rid of Paul George after this first year too. And so they will find a way to stay under that threshold and the luxury tax for
while
another
adding
year.
talent.
Well, yeah,
I don't think they're going to sacrifice competitiveness. They were the 2 seed last year, and arguably their roster is better than it was last year. You replace Brown with Tatum, upgrade. You add Paul George, upgrade. You add Mitchell Robinson, upgrade. You add Mike Conley. This is a better team than it was last year, and they were the 2 seed.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Now, like you said, Tatum's got to cook now.
Yeah.
Tatum's got to cook.
Do you have any doubt that he will? Are you worried about Jason Tatum taking over?
No, provided he's completely healthy. No.
Exactly.
No. All right, we got to get to break. We got Truth or Throck coming up. Uno Pizzeria and Grill, where they have late night deals every night on the bar or lounge, 9 p.m. to close. Enjoy $6 apps, $5 cheeseburgers, a $5 Indy cheese or pepperoni deep dish, $7.25 Stillwater Ave in Bangor. Dairy Queen Old Town, the DQ $7 chicken strip meal deal has it all. 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, and a drink, and DQ Sunday, all for just $7. Now you can get it with new honey sriracha dip. Visit 613 Stillwater Ave in Old Town. Joining us now on the Heroes Hotline, Mr. Tim Throckmorton. Tim, how we doing?
Morning, guys. You always get me with the J Giles, so thanks very much for that. So is Tyler there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, Tyler, that amazing job with the analytics, the stats on with Jaylen Brown. I had sort of thought of this as, oh my God, what's happening? But these NBA teams, which sort of we all think that this was the value of Jaylen Brown was not met, but all the NBA teams, they know they have the same analytics that Tyler has. I mean, Tyler doesn't have it's not just something new here. So that's really interesting to me. The record without Brown, the volume of shots and how, but the other part of this, I would like to see statistics on the top 5 players in the NBA, the volume of shots and what that does with other people. And hogging the ball used to be you'd have to be so far above everybody else, like in a high school or college level, when the other players on the floor are not nearly as good. So what is he taking away from the other players? That's really interesting. Of course, you can say that if he shoots too much, maybe that's still your best option, and that's what a number one guy does. ISO ball is not anything new. That's what Tatum's going to do. So I think how much better is Tatum going to be with distributing the ball, and how much better is he going to make other players around him than Jaylen Brown? That's going to be something we're going to find out next year.
It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. It's been a wild week. How was your 4th, Tim?
Oh, amazing! Yeah. I had some people out to the lake. We went to we had dinner, and then we waited a couple hours, and we went out on the pontoon, just relaxed and watched the fireworks. We have amazing fireworks on Phillips Lake.
Yeah.
There are some people right in front of us that we have to move our boat out on the water because we'll get remnants of all this fire falling on the vinyl and
nice.
Making holes. So, but when you get out there, it's just amazing. It's just lucky to be able to do that out here. We had fun. And then my daughter's birthday is this coming next week.
Awesome.
And then she's got a big party coming down, a bunch of people. She's going to a wedding, and so she's got some friends coming down, so we're going to have a couple of big parties on the lake. And Hirsch, I know I've got your number on that.
Oh,
party never stops.
There we go. That's right. That's right. Keep it going. We're so fortunate to have the weather we've had. Especially this past weekend, it was just unbelievable. This is the best time of the year.
No, amazing. It's just it's been great. And your other take is on the soccer in this country, and some people don't like it because in the same season we have another sport that's the most popular sport, especially at the pro level, that we're not really ever going to say, hey, the U.S. Soccer team is playing a friendly against Croatia. Let's check it out. Nobody's going to do it.
No.
We don't care about soccer till the World Cup rolls around. I mean, in general, nationally. Now,
right.
Locally, we have soccer's a big sport for high school players.
Sure,
but for aspirational players that want to play at the next level and following the elite in the country, we don't do it. We don't do it until the World Cup. So that's how can we get better? I totally agree with the point that we're trying to make money on these things. Just all of the travel teams. When I think about the money people are spending, and they have no hope of getting, the dream here is getting a college scholarship, Division I player.
Yeah,
but you've got 100,000 kids trying to get a few hundred. Full ride.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
Right. You have a 0.5% chance of that happening.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, what do we got on a good note? What do we got for Truth and Throck today?
Okay, Joe Johnson. Now he was traded. Okay. No. So anyway, so this is terrible NBA trades.
All right.
Okay. One of these is not correct. Okay, three of these, one is not correct. The Celtics, there you go. They've won several big trades, but the biggest might be for Bill Russell. The St. Louis Hawks drafted Russell number 2 overall in 1956, then traded him to Boston for 6-time All-Star Ed Macaulay and Cliff Hagan. To guarantee Russell was available, Celtics owner Walter Brown bribed the Rochester Royals into selecting Cy Green, number 1 overall that year. Number 2, in 1996, the Denver Nuggets drafted 18-year-old Kobe Bryant, then immediately traded him to the Lakers for Damon Stoudemire and Tracy Murray. Stoudemire refused to go to Denver, and the Nuggets had to trade him again. And in 1998, The Milwaukee Bucks drafted Dirk Nowitzki with the number 6 overall pick. Dallas then traded Robert Tractor Trailer, 9th, and traded him to the Bucks. The Mavs then picked Pat Garrity with the 17th pick that year and sent him to Phoenix for Steve Nash.
Wow. Okay.
I know Tyler knows the answer to this. I'm just sure, so let him go last.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
I know. I'm pretty sure the last two are true, but I don't know the Mavs one I've never heard before.
Yeah, I feel a lot better knowing that all of these are at least a little before my time.
Yeah.
I'll go with Bill Russell.
You're going to go with Bill Russell?
Yeah.
It is the 1950s, so I wouldn't be shocked. But you're bribing owners to did Celtics owners say I'll pay you X amount of money and you draft the wrong guy first overall so I can get Russell? I think that's kind of wild.
Walter Brown too.
Yeah, I will go. I want to believe that, so I'm going to go with number 3.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I think that one's true. I'm going to go with the Nowinski one, 98. I'm going to go with that one. Something about that one. That's my pick. Yes.
Interesting picks.
Yes.
So
we're all wrong.
I'll give you clarification on number 1 with the Bill Russell story. Walter Brown bribed the Rochester Royals owner by giving him dates for his Ice Capades show.
That's right.
Which Walter Brown owned. So that's what the benefit was for Rochester to not take Bill Russell. So that story is true.
That's right. Wow. I think I've heard that about the Ice Capades. Right.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The story you guys kind of missed on this one was that Stoudemire and Murray were actually playing for Toronto back then. Charlotte drafted Kobe and traded him for Vlade Divac.
Yeah. That's right. I
remembered that as soon as I said it. I was like, oh, Kobe was traded for Vlade.
Yeah. Good one, Tim. You got us today. Big time. Got us all.
That was good. Thanks for saying it was a good one, because I like to entertain you guys and challenge you as well.
That made us think.
He likes when we all get it wrong.
Right, for sure. We learned something. That's the thing. So you plan it.
So interesting how these things work, and the hindsight will prove whether the trade is good or not. And we're going to find out the same thing with Jaylen Brown.
I want to see what about a year and a half from now brings in terms of Bill Chisholm and what his philosophy, what his motives are. I want to see if once they're under the thresholds for a couple of years, will he spend at that point? That's going to be the big question.
And one of the number 1 picks, the unprotected picks, is from 2031. So it just seems so far away. How are you going to make your team better, in the next, 5 years?
How old's that kid, 12?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But the gift would be that I'm not sure if it's Philly's pick or if it's a swap or whatever, however it works. But if the gift would be if that pick were a top 1 or 2 or 3 pick, I was thinking that when Jason Tatum got drafted, Markelle Fultz went number 1 to Philly. Yep. And I'm thinking, wow, you just don't know. But especially when you have a high draft pick, you don't know if you're going to make a big hit or not. But still, the chances are these players are going to be really good players for a long time if you're picking high. So I'm hoping if the trade works out as planned, that sometimes you make a trade with a team that you think is going to stink, so you can get their draft capital.
Sure, absolutely. You got you need youth, and we'll see where it goes from here. But Tim, good luck planning for the party this weekend. Enjoy the week and hit them straight if you get out on the golf course.
Yeah, always fun. I've got a tennis clinic going on this morning with some kids from Hamden, so
awesome.
Look forward to that.
Yep. Awesome. Enjoy.
Good talking to you guys.
Always good. Truth and Throck, Tim Throckmorton. UMaine Athletics football is coming this fall. It's time to pack the stands at Alphon, cheer on the Maine football. Don't miss the excitement, the tradition, and the Black Bear pride all season long. Season tickets are on sale now, so give you best value and best seats for every home game. Visit goblackbears.com/tickets today. Secure your tickets. Go Blue. 2026 Ticket Awards, 3rd Annual Ticket Awards available on demand. 35 categories of excellence in the 25-26 sports season. Watch it on 92.9theticket.com or on the Ticket app or on YouTube. All right, we got the 7 o'clock hour on its way. Stick around. Welcome into the 7 o'clock hour of the Morning Roast. Greg Hirsch, Tyler Krusz, Marqus Cesar in studio. Just heard it. Sox win again. Great win by them. I mean, bats came alive. Tolley pitches well. Gentlemen, how are we holding up?
Doing well. It was. I got a little nervous because the Red Sox, they left the bases loaded in the first. Tolley didn't have a great start last time. Didn't have a great first inning. So I was like, oh boy. But you get a couple of home runs in the second inning, and that changes everything. You hit the ball out of the ballpark. It's a new game.
Get a cushion. Bats came alive, like we said. It was awesome to see, and it makes it fun. It makes it fun. Now, I know 8-1 is a big one, but I mean, just generally speaking, like give me a 4 or 5 run, effort, something. So yeah, I can get behind this team. Like we were saying in the 6 o'clock hour, it's like I'm not rooting against the Red Sox. I don't want to root against. I'm rooting for them, but let's keep everything in perspective.
Yeah, like this team, they could go on a run. Yeah, they could make the wild card, but what's the ceiling? How good is this team really? Do we really want to lose? Yeah, the AL's terrible this year, right? Do we really want to lose 86 games and then keep our GM because we made a wild card spot? Do you want change? Do you want change? Like we should want change. We should aspire to be better, and it's not going to get there if we squeak through and everybody says, "Well, that was pretty good." It's not. It's not okay. So there's still that lingering cloud over it that you got to kind of manage as a Red Sox fan. But hey, give me a great Peyton Tolley, effort, and bats coming alive. I'm pretty happy today. Yeah, I love when they win. I just don't want to buy at the deadline for this team because you're just going to be a waste. I'd rather, you're gonna miss out on those returns for Gray, for Chapman, for those guys down the road.
Right.
And you've got
have to get him.
2 years left of Contreras at first base. Under contract, friendly contract.
Keep that.
That's a guy you got to keep.
Yeah,
that's someone that you don't move off of.
100%. But Sonny Gray's got to go.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray's got to go. You're not going to re-sign him. He's got to go. So get something for him.
And if you do re-sign him, it's not going to be as cheap as you're paying him now because you look at it right now, the Cardinals are paying $20 million of his salary.
Exactly. Marcus, how you holding up?
I'm pretty great. So just kind of touching on my Florida sports minute, I guess.
Yeah, please do.
So Tim Hardaway Jr., part of my Miami Heat now. Something that I just thought was a whole little saga. Tim Hardaway, his father, obviously played for the Heat, was number 10. He's up in the rafters, I guess. And he just decided to say, oh, yeah, sorry, I gave you my name, but you can't use my number.
They just retire anyone's number up there, huh?
Pretty much. I mean, I found that very interesting. And I heard yesterday on Sports Talk Radio that apparently, because of this whole kerfuffle, Tim Hardaway was like, yeah, I guess he can use my number.
Really?
Yeah. Argument's too good.
There you go.
I gave him my name. I guess he could use my number.
Yeah, I mean, it's your birthright, right? You're entitled to that one.
Exactly. And he's like, oh, well, I want him to make his own legacy. I want him to blaze his own trail. You didn't even give him his own name.
Right.
What do you want from him, man? Thanks.
Yeah. You're a junior and you can't use the number.
Come on.
Good luck. Yep. Good stuff. Well, we got a great 7 o'clock hour to get to. We got Stock Report. We had a great chat about Brown. We'll retouch on that. U.S. Soccer, where do they go from here? But we are going to catch up with UMaine Hockey coach Ben Barr at 7:40. Find out where UMaine Hockey's at. So, ton of new players. That's the world we live in now. So every year there's going to be new faces and players to get to know. Really interesting way they went about it this year, and the types of players they brought in. I want to touch on that with Ben Barr. They got 8 guys that are new players that wore either a C or an A on their jersey from wherever they came from prior to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? Like, that's intentional. That's a culture, trying to get that culture right that was a little bit off last year. So we'll see where that's at. I think they're all back now doing the summer workouts, so we'll touch base with them. Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor, Ellsworth, because nothing runs like a deer. Fat Panda, Boba Tea and Market. They're on Harlow Street in Bangor, right next to Goslin's Bakery. Sip fresh boba, explore snacks, ramen, and their tasty Jamaican patties. Also visit their brewer location, Wilson Street, next to Hannaford. Let's do it. Well, it was the Sox against the Sox, and the better Sox team won. Red Sox beat the White Sox 8-1 in Chicago. Cedar Rafaela, Monasterio each had a home run in the win. Peyton Tolley goes 6 innings, gives up 2 hits, a walk, and 6 Ks. Bounce back game for Tolley. Let's hear what he had to say.
You look at Peyton Tolley, last 3 starts he's had have all come on 4 days rest.
Yeah.
This one on 5 days rest, and he's able to go his 6 innings, able to get his 6 strikeouts. But what are we doing to the kid?
Sure.
I thought we went out and got guys to be innings eaters, know, and now this guy, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
He only had like 3 starts last year, and we're basically handing him the ball every 4 days and saying, like, go be our guy.
Right.
It's way too much. I think
it's definitely too much.
I'd be worried about Peyton Tolley come August, September.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's throwing a lot of innings. He's not really. He does give you like 6 every game. Like, they're not throwing him.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
But at the same time, his size and his appearance make you think he's a veteran when he's just a young kid.
Yeah, that's true. He never really. He doesn't put up numbers that blow you away, but he just gets the job done consistently. Like, even his losses are losses that the offense didn't really go pick him up for, besides last game. But, like, usually he goes 6 runs, 3 earned, couple strikeouts, and, let's see what the offense can do. He went 6 runs, no earned? Yeah. Couple strikeouts, really good.
6 innings.
6 innings, yeah, that's what I mean.
6 runs, that'll be a tough one.
6 innings, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one.
You should go 6 innings, 3 earned. Like, you can bank Tolley in for about 6 innings, 3 runs. Yesterday shuts him out.
Yep, absolutely. Almost gave it away, though. I'm blanking on the
Slayton.
Slayton came in and pitched well. It was the guy in between that gave it away for a little bit. So, but they self-corrected. Wilson Contreras wakes up as a all-star. Why don't you give me that one, too? It's comical. He got the call and was like, what are we dealing with now?
Suspension.
Yeah.
Well, he's in the middle of his suspension appeal.
Right. So that's Wilson's 4th all-star appearance, and it'll be Williams' 3rd all-star appearance. Sox versus White Sox again tonight at 7:40. In the World Cup, something Marcus watched live. Argentina stuns Egypt with 3 goals in 12 minutes to claw back from a 2-0 deficit. They advance to the round of 8.
It's insane seeing the master at work.
Yeah.
Seeing
it is.
Messi out on that pitch, just elevate his team.
Yep.
Was insane.
Yep.
I don't think there's a lot of things that I've seen that can really compare to that.
Yeah, it was one of those things that blew you away. Post-breakfast, pre-nap, it fit so well.
Twilight of my day.
I love it. Awesome. Yeah, Tom Brady said that match is 28-3, for him. It's pretty crazy.
12 minutes left to score 3 goals, that's insane.
Unheard of. Yeah. In the NBA, Jalen Brunson's undergoing wrist surgery. He'll return to basketball activities later this summer. Donovan Mitchell signs a 4-year, $273 million deal with the Cavs to return. Pistons trade Karis LeVert and 2 second-round picks to receive Taurean Prince and Gary Harris. Wizards acquire Chris Middleton on a 3-year, $17.6 million deal.
That Donovan Mitchell deal is going to put the Cavaliers in the same position the Celtics are at right now.
Right.
Where they're going to have to move on from Mobley when they don't want to, or Mitchell. Right now, those 2 guys are commanding 60% of Cleveland's cap. James Harden hasn't signed yet. Yep. They're going to have like 80% of their cap tied up between 3 players.
Up against it. You trying to make room.
I think
trying to make room for LeBron.
The Celtics were just the first. No, they have no room.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The Celtics were probably just the first team to deal with second apron repeater tax.
Right.
And that's why they're the first team to let go of a superstar in this era. But I think, there are going to be a lot of teams that are faced with a decision like this where they're dumping really good players because of the new CBA.
Brad Stevens had an interesting quote on that. Now, we'll get to it next during Stock Report. We'll touch on that, how that impacts things. Next Home Experience is the market leader. Get Luke, get sold with the Next Home Experience. Available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. You can get 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all just for $19.99. This bundle deal is over 40% off and just for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. We'll be back with stocks. Dairy Queen Bangor with new DQ breakfast collection. You can enjoy a Cinnamon Toast Crunch Dip Cone, Fruity Pebble Shake, or the Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard Treat. Whether it's breakfast time or not, just visit them over at 668 Broadway, Bangor. DQ, happy tastes good. And if you're stuck on the side of the road, Union Street Towing, they got you covered 24/7 statewide for breakdowns to lockouts. We'll get you moving fast. Call 942-4200, driven to be there when you need them most. All right, Stock Report time. This one just came through on the ticker. Unbelievable. I just got the text. My trash, stock down Casella. My trash truck rolled in today at 7:14. They just rolled in. I missed the trash guy. Normally,
man, that's early.
It's wicked early. My trash usually doesn't get picked up anything. Like we're talking like 10:30 to like 12:30 is the typical time. We're coming off a holiday weekend. Trash does not smell good in my garage right now, and you're telling me I got to sit on that for a whole nother week?
Yeah, man. I'm with you. But
Does your trash usually come on Wednesday, or is it usually like Tuesday?
No, Wednesday today.
Even though it was so the holiday didn't push it back at all?
No, because the holiday was Saturday. It was observed
no
on
trash
Friday.
on Saturday, yeah.
Right. So yeah. I can't believe it. I know 7:14. You're gonna roll in on. My God.
But don't forget, power of hard work. They're doing their best out there. This is likely a logistical error.
Yeah, I know.
And just a glitch in the main.
Oh, they're
going to call in and say, "We'll get it out night before."
I know. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like, who's it on? It's on me. You know, like we don't tell you what time it comes. Get it out there. It is on me at the end of the day. But still, I kind of plan on when you're consistent like this. I count on you around a certain time. I know I got time after the show to get the damn trash out.
That's crazy.
Now my garage is gonna stink.
And there's nowhere you don't have a truck. You can't throw it in the back of the Camry.
No. And on top of that, I did on Friday, I was going to do I had a whole chicken, and I was going to smoke it in the smoker, and I opened up the bag of it, and it did not smell good.
Oh, so that's in there.
But I cooked it, though. Because I was like, I still threw it. The grill was already on, so I was like, you know what? It's not going to get better raw in rotting in my trash.
Yeah, cook it and throw it
away.
away.
So at least cooked it and threw it away. I made that step, But
did you like flip it, like waste a dish and everything, or just like throw it on the grill and shut it?
Threw it on the grill and shut it.
Yeah, you're not getting the tongs out or anything like that just to cook food to throw it out? Okay.
Yeah, no.
I was like, how deep does this go?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, for sure. I cranked the grill, burnt the crap out of it. But anyway, love you, Casella. Not thrilled about the 7:14 pickup today. I got to be honest on that one. All right. Another stock down. This one was this past weekend. Florida Marlins pulled pitcher Yuri Perez after 7 perfect innings with 92 pitches.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Fans loudly chanted "shame" as the bullpen promptly walked the first batter.
That team has a lot of shame.
Right?
And they really just added on to it. Yeah.
Shame!
They had such a bright future like 10 years ago with Fernandez and Giancarlo and
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
92 pitches, you pull in perfect game. What are we doing?
Exactly. And I mean, just taking a look at the history of the franchise, they come right out, win a World Series. Like, they were so hot. Like, my dad used to go to those games back in the day.
Yeah.
He was such, like, if they had maintained a decent team and hadn't gotten rid of their entire core shortly after they succeeded and just decided to coast off of the money that they just passively make, my dad would be a diehard fan.
Kept the old Florida hats and the pinstripes.
They had them.
God.
They had that fan base.
For sure.
They had them.
And
they just let them go. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's unbelievable. Okay. Back to the Celtics here. I like stock up on Stevens on this one. This one I like. Talking about the new CBA. And he had said in his press conference, the CBA coincided 7 years after the Supermaxes were instituted. All right. We may not even be sitting here in this position if the rule in the CBA said the guys you drafted and signed to 35% Supermax count 25% against a cap versus 35%. Right? They may not
give you
be
a little incentive for drafting, developing, re-signing,
doing the hard work and picking the guy, identifying. I mean,
I get it, but even then, I think he's saying that. I agree. Even then, I think the on-court fit just wasn't the best anymore.
Right.
After watching the Sixers series, I was like, these two, they don't complement each other. Not one thing Tatum does makes Brown better. No. Not one thing Brown does makes Tatum better. Well, maybe Tatum. I think Tatum makes a lot of people better. But you had a clear better player. And in this day and age, do you want a non-top 5 player making max money, making 70? He was in line for like $70 million a year if they extended him. Like, do you want to pay someone like that who might be the 15th best player in the league? the 10th best player in the, do you want someone like that?
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. But I do think Stevens has a point, though, in the sense of if it's your guy that you've brought up, there's got to be an incentive there for that, right? So I do like that comment. But to your point, why don't you give me number 7 there, Tom Curran, about how other guys may be unlocked. So you think this could be Pritchard's year?
I think a lot of people were predicting, and I don't think he's this good, but like a Brunson level jump when Brunson left Luka. I don't think he's that good. But I've seen that,
Marcus
but I was
laughing.
like, no. But Peyton Pritchard, a guy, if you give him high volume, that's a guy that could give you 20 a game, 17, 20 a game, especially if he's starting.
Sure.
And getting those shots up. Like, I don't think Paul George is going to eat a lot of shots. I think there are going to be a lot of, he's not just going to replace Jaylen Brown as Jason Tatum's sidekick. Like, this is going to be a completely different system. We're not just plugging and playing George and Brown. So Pritchard's going to get more shots. Mitchell Robinson's going to get some shots. Paul George will get his, but he'll probably take like 7-8 shots a game, maybe.
Right.
I think there's a lot of room for Peyton Pritchard we've seen him improve every year.
Sure.
To make a jump to that next level, but I don't think the next level for Peyton Pritchard is Jalen Brunson.
No, you need, Kurt's right, you need Derek White to return to form too. Like, that has to happen.
Yeah. And which is what I'm a little worried. I mean, he's 32.
Yeah.
I thought he would be gone this offseason.
Sure.
Like, I thought maybe Brown, but for sure
Definitely White.
Yeah.
So they're hanging with him, and we'll see. We'll see if they get elevated just due to logistics of having to be the guy. Dean's Detailing, leader auto detailing for over 55 years. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, look good, feel good in a clean, shiny car. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And Acadia Federal Credit Union's newest locations now open on Wilson Street in Brewer, serving Maine since 1963 with branches in Bangor, Brewer, and Aroostook County. Learn more at acadiafcu.org. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Hero's the official sports grill of the Morning Roast, downtown Bangor, and herosportsgrill.com. The 2026 Ticket Awards, third annual Ticket Awards, are available on demand. 35 categories of excellence in the 25-26 sports season. Watch it at 929theticket.com or the Ticket app or on YouTube. All right, Sox props time. We won yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we
almost back up to 500.
Yeah, we're sitting at 24-25. Drive is at 21-19. We are slowly but surely catching them. Yesterday we did Wilson Contreras over hits, runs, RBIs, and he delivered for us. And they took Toley. They were looking for some more walks out of him. So
1.5 walks. Toley with only one. Right.
Not bad. So what do we want to do today, guys?
I really like the way Jake Bennett's been throwing the ball. It's easy to say that after he throws into the 8th inning and only allows no runs and has that outing he did last time against the Angels. He threw into the 7th inning against the Yankees, but he's been very consistent in his earned runs. You'd have to go back 4 or 5 starts to where he's given up more than 2 earned runs.
Yep.
So our Sox prop today is going to be under 2.5 earned runs for Jake Bennett, minus 134. So the odds aren't terrible. It is minus odds, but they're not bad.
Yeah.
I like the way this kid's been pitching, and he's one of the surprises of the season in a good way. Like surprises of the season, Roman Anthony kind of done. Garrett Crochet can't throw a ball anymore.
Right.
Marcelo Meyer ruined. Christian Campbell, just not even impactful in Worcester. Brian Bayo stinks. Those are 5 bad surprises of the season.
Yeah.
Jake Bennett, pleasant surprise. Jake Bennett has been awesome. He's been a lot of fun to watch lately, and it really, for the last couple of years, we've said like, oh, the Red Sox, they haven't developed pitchers. When's the last time we've developed an ace? Was it John Lester? Was it a guy like that?
Yeah.
You look at Jake Bennett, Peyton Toley, Connolly Early, like these guys are all really good pitchers that we've developed.
Future is bright. Jake Bennett's last 4 starts, 25 1/3 innings pitched, 1.78 ERA, 0.67 WHIP, 2 walks, 23 Ks.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. He has been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Pleasant surprise.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. So, we'll take that, and we're gonna that's gonna lock that one in. Kind of on another Red Sox note, just to touch on too. Did you hear about the Roman Anthony, the latest?
They sent him away from the clubhouse, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, which probably isn't bad, which is probably a good thing. So he heads to Atlanta. He's headed headed to Atlanta this week for his third opinion on his right hand wrist. The doctor he's going to see has seen this very rare baseball injury before. 2017, Dr. Gary Laurie, a hand specialist and Braves head team physician, treated Braves infielder Adonis Garcia for damage to a ligament in his left ring finger. This is the concerning part. It was Garcia's bottom hand when he swung, just like Anthony's right ring finger. Garcia wound up having surgery. Atlanta estimated he'd be out for 2 months. He returned in 3 months.
All right. Well, I mean, 3 months from now, the season's basically over. It's October.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's
so
done.
I think you're done with Roman Anthony.
Yeah, you're
this
done
year.
with Roman Anthony.
And you wonder what happened. Like if it was a 15-day IL, it was a sprained wrist. It wasn't sprained. It was there was so much misinformation. There was like we were hearing two different things from multiple different sides. Michael Holley said that the Red Sox weren't disclosing it, and Jaron Duran called him out. But that was
the truth.
He was supposed to be on the 15-day DL or IL. Like this is just It's crazy that we can't get the information on a guy that so much of us were invested in heading into this year.
And it seemed like Roman Anthony himself was getting misinformation.
Yeah.
He was confused
he had no
by
idea
it.
what was going on. I don't even know what's going on with Garrett Crochet.
Right.
Has he thrown a baseball yet?
He, a week ago, he tried, and it was not good.
What is with all this? And Tristan Casas tried to swing a bat and had two other injuries.
What is with this is like the movie where the dude's made of glass.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Like incredible. So, the good news is Jake Bennett looks good.
Jake Bennett looks great, yeah.
So we'll take that one to the bank and bet on that one. All right, we got to get to break because we got Ben Barr coming up next. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training for over 57 years. Register today for driver's ed courses at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Give them a call at 942-1769 or register at northeastdrivingschool.com. And Ticket TV on demand. If you missed a game on Ticket TV, not a problem. Every game's available on demand at 929theticket.com and on the Ticket app. Casella, good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerhardwork.com. Connect to the Ticket's social media channels, 929 The Ticket on Facebook, 929 The Ticket on Instagram, sports.net.maine on TikTok, and our YouTube page, Sportsnet Maine. Joining us now on the Heroes Hotline, UMaine Hockey coach Ben Barr. Ben, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Doing all right. How's the summer treating you so far?
It's been good. Yeah, it's nice. It feels like summer now for the last few weeks, so that's been good. Didn't feel like that for a little while, but now we're getting some nice weather. You know?
Right. Did you do anything for the 4th?
No, we're actually in Lincoln. We have a camp in Lincoln, so it's we were up there. We had awesome weather and
perfect.
Just kind of enjoying the lake a little bit.
Awesome. Awesome. Wrangling the kids, getting in the water, doing all the good stuff. They have good fireworks up there?
Like on the lake that we're on, we didn't. I've never been a shoot fireworks kind of guy, but like everyone else on the lake, so we got a free show. It was great. The kids loved it.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Let other people fire it off and lose a digit or two, and you guys just enjoy it. Enjoy it.
That's what we did.
Yeah,
so it was great.
Awesome, nice. Yeah. So where are we at with summer hockey training up at the university? All the guys back for that by now?
We have the new players came back on this past weekend, so I actually almost missed your call. I was downstairs. They're working out right now. I was hanging out. I forgot. I lost track of time and almost missed your call, which happens kind of almost weekly. So Paul Colina came and told me that, hey, they just said you're going to be on the radio next. So I ran and grabbed my phone. So, but yeah, they're back, and then the rest of the team will. By the end of this week, most of the guys will be back.
Right on. So, very cool. Yeah. Well, we got to see you. Got to see you on the NFL draft with Maxim Sokolovsky, if I've said that correctly. Getting drafted 27th overall to Philly. You were there for that. How was that experience?
It was good. I mean, it's fun to when you're there. The first round is cool because I've had a chance to go to that a few times, and it's for those kids to get called in the first round is pretty cool. So
yeah,
it's fun. It's a cool thing to be around. It's it's not the glamorous thing that it's a lot of kind of hanging out, waiting, and you're around a lot of nervous people. So, but as a coach or a bystander, it's kind of cool just to see that whole thing unfold.
Coach, you said all the new guys are on campus so far. How many new guys do you have this year? What's that group looking like?
Well, we just have the freshmen. So we have 5 freshmen, and then the rest of our new players will be transfers, which is, quite a few. I think there's, probably 7 or 8 of them. So, So I mean, we haven't. The freshmen all look good. They've came in. They're great kids. It's been fun the last couple of days to be around them, and they get a lot of energy, which is awesome. And then the rest of the returners and the transfers will come in, in the next few days here. So it's a lot of new guys again. It's we had that last year, and we have it again. And I think the makeup of the group is a little different. As far as experience and age and all that kind of stuff. Last year we had, 11 or 12 freshmen, which is a lot. And so this year we have some newcomers, but a lot of them have quite a bit of experience at this level.
Yeah, I was going to say, that feels like last year, 12, 13 new guys. Did you put an emphasis on going to get, those older, more experienced guys? I know I think you have a lot of guys that were either captains or assistants in their last spot.
Yeah, I mean, we're all kind of figuring this thing out here in the second year of all these rule changes and the CHL players being eligible. I think for us last year, everybody is good. Everybody has a ton of talent. There's so many good players in college hockey now, more than there ever has been. What is going to be, our difference maker, if we can find one, is, hopefully our, how hard we play and our character and our togetherness. And for us, I think just with our experience last year, it was having that many new freshmen was really, was a challenge, so we're hoping, we have some new players, but a lot of them have a year or 2, 3 years of experience, at other good programs across the country. So it's, you're hoping to fast forward that process as far as coming together and playing with detail and, acclimating to university life, that kind of stuff. You're hoping to fast forward that because, last year, really from day one, it was, it was a bit of a challenge, not the on-ice piece of it, just everything else, was challenged. And that's, probably just a symptom of being really, really young.
Coach, also with 4, I'm looking here, 4 forward transfers are, you went for size. You got the 4 forward transfers, they're like 6'2" to 6'4". I mean, obviously that was intentional to get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger up front.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of our returners, they're all good players that play really hard. We were pretty small last year as a whole, as a team. And I'm not someone that usually cares that much about the size because, some of our most competitive guys might be, 5'7", and that's okay, But, in certain games, I thought it was a challenge for us, like against Providence and UConn, teams that are a little bigger, play really hard. We struggled against it a little bit. So, I think we're going to be built a little bit different. I think we have a lot of similar parts. I think we have a lot of very good players that have a lot of experience. It's not going to be a lot of flash. It's going to be hopefully just a hard-working, put on your hard hat, go out and play. And that's kind of what we've always been here, the first few years of, our staff being here. And I think that's what we're not going to apologize about being that way. And I think we have a bunch of guys that are going to embrace it.
Well, I think the fan base embraces that too, tremendously so. If you have just a hardworking, gritty team, that Alphon just embraces that in a big way.
Yeah, it fits who we are here, in Maine. It fits the people. It fits who,
yep.
who I am and who our staff. It fits our personalities, and that's a big piece of trying to figure this thing out in this world where you got. Transfer portal, CHL players, you got, money changing hands. So it's just a different world. And, all is what you kind of have experienced in 1 year of it. And for us, it's, I think we have to get back to, finding what our identity is and being true to that. And it's easy to talk about it. It's another thing to do it. But, we're hoping this group embraces that.
Awesome. Coach, so with the summer workout program, what does that look like for like the rest of July in terms of it's all dry land, weight room stuff? Do they get on the ice at all? How does that play out?
Yeah, they're on the ice almost every day. We can't be on the ice with them, so we still have some of these antiquated rules from 30 years ago,
right,
in the NCAA rule book. So they're on the ice. We bring in skills instructors to skate with the guys. So we have skills coaches out there, skating coaches, power skating coaches. So they're in the weight room every morning, and then they're depending on the day, they have the ice for an hour or two every single day. So they're out there, and really the majority of what they do is out in the track, in the weight room. That's really where you build a really solid foundation in the summertime, and but they do have the ice available to them, and most of them are out there almost every day.
Is that something the public can pop into the Outfund if they are on the ice and take a look at them?
Yeah, the Outfund's open.
Awesome.
Yeah, the Outfund's open every day, and I think the front door's unlocked. And if you want to get cool and come, if it's a hot day and you want to come look, I mean, the time changes every day, so they'd have to check the. I'm sure there's ways to check the schedule, the ice schedule, where it said when men's ice hockey's out there, but. Yeah, some days it's at like 4 p.m, some days it's 10 a.m, so it changes from day to day. But yeah, it's open to anybody that they would like to come watch.
Awesome. Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us, and we will catch up with you soon, okay?
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
All right, UMaine hockey coach Ben Barr and what they're up to. Pretty cool stuff. We will be back with takeaways. All right, coming up on the drive, we got Mark and Ernie. They'll have Drive On. They're giving away prizes, $10 to Heroes, 2 movie passes, interior express detail at Dean's. My God, pair of Maine football season tickets?
Where's this goodie bag?
Yeah, what the hell? Why don't we have any of this stuff?
Yeah, why don't our listeners get any of this?
They're hogging all the stuff. Unbelievable. Hey, tune into the drive, though. Try to win that stuff, guys. Like, for sure. All right, what are we leaving with today, you guys?
I am leaving with, the more I sit and think about it, the more I approve of the Brad Stevens trade of Jaylen Brown. I think it was time. I think that you needed to switch up you couldn't have that much money tied up in 2 people. You needed to switch up the on-court philosophy, and this was a great way to do it. And I think the Celtics have a better team this year than they did last.
It's good. Yeah, you're helping me get around to it. You're helping me to get around to it. Everybody was done with Jaylen Brown. That's for sure. From Brad Stevens to Joe Mazzulla to, I believe, Jason Tatum as well. Everybody was done with Jaylen Brown. You weren't going to extend him. I don't like where he went, but at the same time, changes needed to be made. We'll see how it plays out. Marcus?
I love the fact that Contreras got called up for the All-Star game. He really deserved it. I feel like he has been, on offense, not on the mound, the realest star that we've had this year.
Yeah.
And kind of the only thing I can point to that is a net positive out in the infield.
Yeah, consistent.
Yeah.
And thank God we've had him. So, yep, good stuff. Awesome to have UMaine coach Ben Barr pop in and tell us what was going on with summer workouts. So we appreciate that. I hope everybody has an awesome Wednesday. This has been the Morning Roast on 92.9 The Ticket, Maine Sports Leader.